Okay, so Friday, basically exclusively a strength lift day, right? So what we have, and timing will be very important in a class like today where we do have a complex movement, right? So with this, the power clean now, power clean, not really that hard. If anything, it's the easiest Olympic lift to kind of get good at, or at least proficient at. The only way you would make that easier is making it a hang power clean. But again, not everyone's going to be coming into this doing power cleans in the last little bit. Not everyone would be going into this knowing how to do a power clean correctly anyways, right? And that's what the lesson plan, the first portion here, is for. We break down the movement, right? After you've warmed up, you're going to explain what the class should look like. Now this should be pretty quick. You're going to tell them, okay, we're going to warm up, 10 minutes is up, that's it, grab your barbells, let's get into it, kind of thing. Today we have the power clean. What we're going to do is we're going to go through a quick primer series, focus on things of performance in terms of driving through the legs, keeping the hips down low, keeping the shoulders high, right? Really make sure that people are focusing on what the lower body does to move the bar, not what the upper body is doing. So knees get pushed out. In terms of correcting stance, feet should be probably a little bit in between the shoulders. Feet are going to be out like that. Okay, knees are going into the elbows, the bar is probably going to be just outside the legs. So encourage that. Again, those hips need to be low, knees are going to be forward, but at the same time, again, knees are going in. You know what a power clean looks like, okay? But don't teach it as a CrossFit. Like when we're teaching when I'm teaching the Olympic lifts, at least, I may not be an Olympic lifter, but I try to coach people as they would want to lift like one, okay? That's how people are gonna get better at lifting, whether it's stronger or just better technique, okay? The better you make them, the more weight they'll use, the safer they will be as well when moving the barbell, okay? So again, days like this, good opportunity for that. Hammer away at it, right? Watch everyone do their lifts. Let them know if they're fucking it up. Okay, say, hey, that looks good, try this next time. But anyways, once they're warmed up, again, you're gonna have to be quick with this for the most part, because you should have about 20 minutes for power cleans, 15 minutes for the skill accessory. This should take about 10 or 12. Now there is instruction in here, in that time involved, so the warm-up is, I believe, a little bit shorter. You'll have the opportunity to, they'll get warm, but this right here will count as extra warm-up. So keep that in mind. But you're going through 4 different things. You're gonna do pause clean deadlifts, clean pulls, hang muscle cleans, and muscle cleans from the ground. So the pause clean deadlift, this is a good chance to work on that actual hip and shoulder position and what the legs are doing. If they're doing a clean deadlift and their hips rise like this immediately, they're doing it wrong, okay? Chest stays up. This is, again, that chance to actually work on what the lower body does in the lift. They're moving the bar like they're gonna do a clean. The only reason it's a deadlift is because this is the end range of motion, not up here, okay? So for that pause, just have them pause right at the knee and then up. So again, bar comes up, knees are out, and then up, okay? Now, if they're kind of like this, you see how my hips are back and my knees are forward? Hips need to be back, shoulders need to be back. You can see that tension, right? My shoulders are in front of the bar. That's what you need to be looking for so that they're actually doing the movement right and using more of the posterior chain as opposed to just picking up the bar with their upper body. So again, pause at knee level, 2 sets of 3. Now all of these are 2 sets. Basically you would have them do 1 set, walk around, put that down. Doesn't have to be 3 reps either. If you want to walk around while people are doing it, you can watch them all individually. That's always what I would like to do. This is a good chance to just have them do some extra sets, but make sure you do watch everyone. If they do 3 reps and you're like, yeah, that's great, bar goes down, shake it out, do it again. Next, clean pull. Now, they're gonna get the bar to the same spot as in the clean deadlift, which is here, but at this point, they wanna reach that extension. So encourage arms staying straight, shrug, okay? Elevate the bar with the hip extension, but also shrugging the bar. They shouldn't be doing this at the top or this. It's this, okay? Hips, toes, I'm on my feet right now, I'm on the balls of my feet. I don't know, is this. This is triple extension. Encourage that, okay? Big shrug, arms staying straight. Hang muscle clean. Now the bar's gonna come up to here, hinge back, they're gonna be in the hang position. So the big thing with all hang position that a lot of people fuck up is, again, the knees going forward, okay? It's not this. Shoulders nice and tight, hips back, bars here. They're going to then extend and drive through the legs as hard as they can to get that bar up in one fluid motion. Okay, they're still using their legs, they're just not pulling under the bar. That's the difference between a muscle and power movement, right? Hips are still doing all of the work. They're also working on the pull, right? And the turnover, they want to keep that bar close and then up. So these obviously, this is also going to apply to the muscle clean as well. Make sure people are keeping the barbell close to the body, leading with their elbows, okay? It's not going to go like this early. They want to get it up to here and then in front, okay? It's a turnover. They pull the bar on, they pull themselves under the bar, not pull the bar onto them. The muscle clean, same thing we've just done in the hang muscle clean, but now we're increasing that range of motion. Mid shin, if they don't have plates on the bar, which they probably won't, start at mid shin. They're gonna mimic that clean deadlift, nice and close, nice and close, nice and close, and then straight up. Now notice hips didn't move, okay? It was just straight up to lock out. So, done the clean prep, the clean prep, the movement prep. You've explained what the clean is a lot, okay? Focus on performance things in terms of, what the legs are doing, how to position your feet, how you want to jump, whatever it is, whatever your kind of coaching lingo is, that's your opportunity to do it as well. For the power cleans, you're gonna have about 20 minutes or so for this. The goal is to build to a heavy single for the day. Now notice this is not a 1 rep max, this is heavy single. And there's gonna be volume leading up to it. So 2 sets of 4, 2 sets of 3, 2 sets of 2, 2 sets of 1. They should be, increasing weight every single set, okay? If they wanna go for an extra rep or 2 in that single, they have the time, have at it, okay? As long as there's the time, there's no issue with that. They just wanna make sure, you wanna make sure that they're moving well the entire time. If they're power cleaning and their legs are out like this, or one leg's really far in front of the other, correct it or tell them to stop, lighten the weight, whatever it is you need to do to make sure that they're not gonna hurt themselves. But the one big thing, and I believe this is in the notes for the day, no touch and go. Every single rep should be starting from the ground at a dead stop. So encourage them, if they have the correct plates on it, right? So some 10s or 15s, at least some 15s from up here, right? When they put the barbell down, when they complete the rep, they can put the bar down and then fully reset. Treat each rep in a set as its own, as opposed to just go and touch and go, bam, bam, that's my set of 2, bar down, okay? Have them take the time with this. If they hit if they hit a set every 2 minutes or so, which would be a good recommendation given the 20-minute time frame, and there's 8 working sets, that will give everyone enough time to still hit a couple warm-up sets, because they're gonna start pretty late for that first set of 4. Even the second set will be pretty late as well. But try and keep them moving, right? Keep them diligent. Don't allow a lot of talking during this portion, right? Like, they're there to lift, get the work done. Now, from that, if you have time, which you should, right? Here you go, you have a skill accessory. So again, this is complete strength day. The skill accessory, you're gonna have a 50-minute EMOM. If you absolutely do not have the time, shorten 3 minutes out, you're gonna do 4 rounds instead of 5. For the 15-minute EMOM, minute 1, 30 seconds of double under practice. Minute 2, 30 seconds of max band good morning. And then the last is gonna be a 100-foot farmer's carry. So, too many people are shit at dubs, fix that. Give people opportunities in class to practice, and they will slowly get better, because no one takes it into their own hands to get better at double unders basically all the time. So with that 30 seconds double under practice, right, if they have their own rope, perfect. If they don't, encourage them to get their own, and then give them one of their gym ropes. But Relax shoulders, hands staying at the sides, right? We're not doing this. Relax shoulders. Movement comes from the wrist, not the forearms, right? So you flick in the double under, whereas with the single under, you pull with the wrist or the arm. So have people just even try and get 1 or 2 reps at a time. They don't even have to use a rope in this case. They could do that double tap, right? Just getting used to flicking the wrist and jumping in unison. Now, if someone can do double unders, they're probably going to be able to get 50 or so, right? If they're good at double unders, like Brian Richards, for example, he would be able to get 50 reps in 30 seconds, hands down, okay? But this is a good chance for people who haven't done them or won't practice them to actually do them in a class setting. Now, the band of good morning, very straightforward. They're just gonna move through at a nice steady pace, right? They don't have to do this, okay? Nice and steady movement. Hips go back every time. Go to till they get a good stretch in the hamstrings. Push the hips forward, squeeze the butt at the top. 100-foot farmer's carry. Encourage people to either increase weight as they go or pick one heavy weight and stick with it for all 5 rounds. Most guys who are stronger should be using at least 70s for this. They can use the kettlebells with dumbbells, but basically they want to make sure they can do that 100 feet unbroken, right? This is, going to affect your shoulders a little bit for the double unders, but it may not as well. Now, one thing for the farmer's carry, make sure people aren't walking like this. Get their torsos up, pull their shoulder blades back, and get a full grip on the bar. I don't want to see anyone, I won't see anyone, but don't let anyone grip it like this, full grip, okay? It's gonna engage more of the musculature in the forearms and therefore translate more over to actual strength accessory. But with that, I do believe that does cover everything. As always, let me know if there's any questions, but for the most part, that should be good.